and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is David Delar and this is the second part of my tutorial for John Fahey's arrangement of Poor Boy a Long Ways From Home. And the first video you can find on a link down there. I had hair and I was full of ambition and drive and zeal, and now I'm old and fat. And here it is 2 years later. A guy got in touch on the comment section, Richard Davies, I believe his name might be, and said, Dave, where's part 2? Here's part 2, Richard. So let's have a look at it, shall we? So in the right hand, John Fahey is basically pounding away on the open D string. Pretty much all the time is just alternating between the D and D string, or the D and the A string. Variants on that. There's a little movement sometimes when he changes chord, but the majority of the time he's just doing that. In order to get a nice John Fahey type swing, a little tip, my friends, is to put your metronome, if we're going to do it as fast as he, on 96. Metronome on 96. And you're hearing that as 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're hearing that on the 2 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you get your thumb just pounding along. And you just try to get that offbeat. Well, it's not offbeat technically because it's actually beats 2 and 4. But you try to get that higher D to just be a little stronger. Kind of swinging. That's a good practice technique just to get that thumb going. And then in terms of what we're doing in the melody side of things, we're outlining a lovely D6 arpeggio. So this is the notes D, and then B, and then A, and then F sharp. Yeah, I tend to use my my little pinky and my first finger the D and the B, and then the first finger just slides from the A down to the F sharp. So we go, because I just like the feel of that slide. And then all that's happening is we're just putting it on beats 1 and 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or if you want to slide it, then we're basically stealing the theme from part 1. In case you haven't done part 1, it's essentially a lovely little pedal steel bend. You got to do the face to make it really sound good. Yeah? And all we're doing there is highlighting a D minor arpeggio. So the first finger is on the 7th fret of the D string, making the note A. The second finger is on the A string, 8th fret, meaning that note is F, and together that's a minor third. And then we're bending that minor third into a major third. If you find that hard to bend in tune, what I would do is get a clip-on tuner, turn it on obviously, play your F, then bend it into F sharp. And the idea is maybe practice without looking where you think the F sharp is, and then check. You can also check by just playing the A at the same time. And there's a sweet spot which you'll find, and it's hard to kind of get a really sweet sound in major third because it's not actually in tune when you got it in tune, if that makes sense. I'm sure Adam Neely's done a video on that. Anyway, you get the idea. What we're doing there is essentially playing on the beat on the low D, and then the and of 1 we're bending from that second finger. The and of 2, our ring finger is playing the high D string to get that note A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're playing on the and of 1, 1 and 2 and 3, and then then bend back down again on the and of 3 and the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to finish off the phrase we're going 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So when we put those two phrases together, we've got the D6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. The second time we go up from the A string to the B flat, moving into G chord. It's a really nice G chord because there's hardly any actual G's in it. It's just B, the F sharp string. The third finger is playing the B there. So it's more like a B minor, but it's also a G major. And we're hammering on that third finger from the open A. So we're going 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So the idea here is instead of hammering on quickly, we're hammering slowly 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And as that hammer comes down on beat 2, the thumb also plays the open D. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and. Then the ringed finger plays the open D. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I covered this in part 1. This whole phrase is just a repetition of the part 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It gets repeated twice basically. And then we go back down to the open D. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is all exactly the same as part 1, so I'm just going to rush through it. So let's we then go to our A chord, our A7 chord. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So it starts off as an A7, and then because we play the F sharp, it's actually an A6. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Then we go back to our G chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we go back to our D chord. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So all of that I just did and I just rushed through in a matter of minutes. Is all in the part 1. So the only new bit of information, Richard, is the first 2 bars. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1. So this is outlining that D major 6. Then we got our lovely pedal steel bend. And we're moving into G major, and we're remembering to hammer on that third finger in time with beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 down the scale. Hammering onto that first finger, same way as we did in that previous section. We're hammering onto that G from the F sharp string, 1 and 2. So the idea is it lands on beat 2, the hammer, 1 and 2. A lot of you will be tempted just to hammer really fast. It's not that. It's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So the hammer lands on beat 2, the thumb lands on beat 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And that's it. There's a lot there that I just rushed through, but the majority of it, like I said, is in part 1 of this video. Really, maybe the take home from this video lesson, if you can call it that, is practice with a metronome. You know, so if you're going to do it nice and slowly like that, I don't know, 60 beats per minute, let's say. Hear that as 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and really get that. Oh, let me just start on beat 1 there. 2, 3, 4, 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So the thumb is swinging. The interesting thing about this, I can't talk and play, sorry, is when Fahey plays it, it's like the thumb is swinging, but the top line isn't. So you get this lovely sort of relaxed feel in the thumb, but the top line isn't doing this, where it's all swung. It's actually straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Really interesting effect, so play around with that. Also try to get these lovely bends, work on your face. I think that's about it. If you've enjoyed this lesson, please drop me a line, send me a comment, but most of all, just have fun while you're playing. Cheers guys.